Should race play a role in the drawing of congressional maps? Some say yes, to ensure that minority groups have representation. Others say no, and that race shouldn't play any part of it. Well, it's a central question before the Supreme Court on Wednesday, and the outcome could potentially overturn parts of the landmark Voting Rights Act. Wednesday's case is officially called Louisiana v. Calais, and it's based on Louisiana's recent redistricting process. In 2022, lawmakers drew a congressional map with one black majority district. That prompted a lawsuit and accusations that Louisiana violated the Voting Rights Act, since around 1/3 of Louisiana's voters are black, and Louisiana has 6 House seats. In 2024, the courts forced Louisiana to redraw the map, creating a second black majority district. But then another lawsuit emerged, this time from self-described non-African American voters who say race should not play so much of a role. At the core of this latest Supreme Court case is Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which for decades has been viewed as legal and interpreted as requiring states with large minority populations to draw maps that represent their voting power. But do justices on this Supreme Court in 2025 agree? We're about to find out. Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill, a Republican, recently said this in a statement, quote, "Our Constitution sees neither black voters nor white voters. It sees only American voters." But others disagree. This brief, submitted by the ACLU, the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, and others, says although we are making progress towards the goal of an America where race is no longer relevant to opportunity, racial discrimination and racially polarized voting are not ancient history. The country's history is an important part of this case as well. President Lyndon Johnson signed the Voting Rights Act in the 1960s, while Martin Luther King Jr. and other civil rights leaders marched against the disenfranchisement of black voters. If the Supreme Court decides in future months to strike down parts of the Voting Rights Act, it could force the redrawing of maps in several states, especially in the South, potentially impacting the control of Congress in future years. Joe St. George, Scripps News Group, Washington.